Okay, welcome back to Drawing Your Dreams. I am your host, Mr. Let's Paint. We're going to draw your dreams. The line is open. We're waiting for your call, and we're going to draw your dreams. Simple as that. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 Eastern, 2 UTC. If you know what that means. Basically 2 in the morning for most Europeans. I don't know if it's most, but I would say it's probably a good percentage of them. So probably most. I don't know how many time zones are in Europe. Do you include Eastern Europe? When I think of Europe, I kind of think of I don't think of Eastern Europe, though probably should. And if that's the case, I'm pretty certain that would be another time zone or two, for that matter. All right. As we get lost in various thought patterns, thought waves, frankly, this show could be a dream in itself. We've talked about this. I think that one is a train of thought is split and splintered like a fork in a road, and it's hard to always make sense of put two tails on a head. It's hard to dot the I's and cross the T's. At least I got that part right. But that's what a dream is. Dreams tend to basically not make much sense at times, but when you share them, as you hopefully will be doing here today, you will release that world, and by sharing them, you're benefiting. You're helping out the world somehow. But at the very least, you're helping out the world by letting other people know that you are not alone for having kind of messed up dreams. And so I think that's kind of what we're maybe making the point here. Let's see where we are with the chat room. I need to open that up. If it's here, let's see if we can get to it. Okay, here we are live. Let's open up that window. Let's share. Okay, pop-up chat is, our chat room is open. No one's in there. All right, well, we will wait for your calls. Waiting for your call. Matthew's in the chat room. All right, Matthew. Thank you. Okay. Very good. Yeah, I guess probably the next step is to probably consider the moving into the some oil paintings. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, thank you, Matthew. Thank you very much. caller, who's this?
Hey, John, it's Nick. I've been a fan of yours for years. I even used bits of you on my own public access show.
Okay. All right. Great. What's going on, Nick?
I had a dream the other night. This is very depressing.
Okay.
But this is real. And I was in a parking lot of a Lowe's hardware store.
Yeah.
And I saw a fight happen. And I saw blood on a van next to me.
Yeah.
And this woman came up and she looked like she was crying.
Yeah.
And so she comes up and she asks me, how much of that did you see? Now, I was taking pictures with my cell phone because I was wanting to document evidence, right?
Yeah.
And anyway, she came up to me looking like she was crying, like I said, and I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, but she all of a sudden pulls a gun out of her purse as I was about to talk and shoots me right in the face, and I saw the void, man.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
That's it. That was the dream.
Man. So you were not able. I think she was killing you because you were you were photographing this thing that happened in the van, you know, and
yeah, I got the feeling it was a gang fight.
Man, and so she might have been a gang member or something?
Something like that, or the girlfriend of the gang member.
Yeah. And was there anyone else in the parking lot, or was it just you?
It was, at that time, I saw maybe the head of a dead person.
Oh, gotcha.
But,
yeah. Gotcha. Dead person. Just a head there. I'll just put a head, like the head got chopped off even.
Yep.
And a pool of blood.
And there was maybe a Jack in the Box behind me. I had that distinct feeling there was a fast food restaurant behind me for some reason. I don't even know why.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, Jack in the Box.
Yeah, well, where I live, there's a Jack in the Box behind the Lowe's.
Yeah. That's about where I live too, I think. That's a part of the development makeup of cities nowadays is to have a Lowe's with the Jack in the Box.
Weird. I'm in Seattle, so.
Well, I mean, you know, whatever. It's just fast. Well, people don't have Jack in the Box actually, except for on the West Coast primarily, I think.
Right?
Yeah, I think it's not. It's just kind of a West Coast thing.
Yeah. Well, hey, I wanted to tell you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all that. I tried to call you on New Year, but you weren't around.
Okay,
so,
Nick,
and I wanted to tell you I love your show. I always have, and
thank you.
You've been a huge inspiration to me throughout the years. My boss introduced me to you back in the day, and I just want to say to everyone out there, failure is our friend.
Exactly. Thank you. Thanks for reminding everyone.
You rock, John.
That is the case.
Love you, man.
Okay, thanks for the dream, buddy. Sweet dreams.
All right, bye.
All right. Okay, there goes Nick. And if you'd like to share us your dream, we will draw it and maybe even talk about it. We didn't really talk too much about his dream. It was pretty self-evident. It was pretty obvious what happened there. Let's get this next call in here. Hello, caller. Who's this?
Hi, this is Lindsay.
Lindsay, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right. Good. Yeah, doing great. You got a dream for us?
Yes.
Okay.
I was.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So I'm in a plane
All right.
with a lot of different animals.
Oh, okay. Wow, an
Keep
airplane.
going.
All right.
Yeah, a big cargo airplane.
All right.
And so there's like multiple rows, and there's some people, but it's mostly different kinds of animals. So like little dogs and
Yeah.
cats.
Okay. Nice. Kind of
And
like
little suitcases.
little suitcases for the animals.
Yes. Yes. And they're like looking out the windows.
Yeah. And that was, is that basically the dream, kind of?
And well, like, so they're just like having little conversations and kind of going up to the pilot. It's like a really big plane. I don't know. It's not like a normal plane, so it's like all just one big room.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you can see everyone in there. And yeah, it's just like little groups, and they're just having conversations about what they're going to do when we get to where we're going.
And you don't know where they're going, do you?
No, that's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah. And you were flying, you weren't on the ground. This was like you were actually flying.
Yes, yeah, we're in the air.
And did you wake up or anything afterwards, or that was it? You just
No, it's just like consistently flying. There's
Yeah.
no landing.
do you like animals?
I love animals.
Well, that's I could see, I could tell, I could see why. I mean, you'd have a wonderful dream about it. This is just a beautiful dream. It's a beautiful dream, right? I think.
I like that blue.
Yeah. It's good color. All right, let's see, a little sky color, maybe a cloud or two. How about that?
That's perfect.
This is a fun dream. You must have really enjoyed it, I think, right? I mean, you were probably happy.
I've had it multiple times.
Oh, what? You've had this more than once? Wow.
Yes.
That's there's something to this, isn't there?
Yeah, I don't know what it is though.
Yeah, I don't know either, except for, well, I mean, the fact that you do love animals, and they are, they have very unique abilities, obviously, and I think you're tapping into it.
Oh, you captured it so well.
Oh, thank you.
Good.
See, basically dogs and cats mostly, right?
Yeah, oh, and like other like woodland animals, like squirrels.
Oh, little squirrels, okay.
Raccoons.
Yeah.
Yep.
And do they talk or anything? I mean, I guess they
Yeah,
were.
yeah, no, for sure.
Oh, okay.
To each other. And to the pilot.
Oh, yeah, the pilot. Let's see if I can get the pilot. Was the pilot a human being?
The pilot was human.
Okay. I'll get a curtain between the for the pilot. Well, it's just a lovely dream, I gotta say. I mean, what else?
Thank you.
Put the curtain there. Beautiful dream you got, Lindsay. I wish I had a dream like that. I'm jealous.
Oh.
But did you think it was anything to do with Noah's Ark, that idea?
I never did, but that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Yeah, just wondering.
That's funny.
I mean, in some ways, I think I would like to be on an airplane full of animals as opposed to being on an airplane full of people, you know?
Right.
Just because of the animals are there's that special, you can pet them and all that fun stuff. Humans are all wound up, uptight, and
Right.
got to give them their space and all that. These guys are just running around, they're just having a good time. Well, I think we got the idea.
Nice. So, what's that one that you just drew? Is that a horse?
It's kind of
a dog?
It's kind of a, it's more of a dog, I guess. I mostly painted a bunch of dogs and one cat. That's basically what I did.
I got it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, well, thanks for sharing your dream.
Yep.
All right, sweet dreams.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye. That's a beautiful dream. I actually like the idea of this would be a dream that I would like to paint. I think it's just a beautiful idea or imagery. It's a beautiful dream. I think I'm gonna cry. No, I'm not gonna cry, but I am probably gonna paint this once I get. I've mentioned we've been doing these dream drawings for about probably 2 months now, and we've have about 200 drawings, I think. And so not all of them are worthy of maybe expanding on, but they could. Anyway, I think this one is a winner in terms of. It's a beautiful dream too. On top of it, it's just. But all right. Well, anyway, the line is open 818-528-4516, and we're waiting for your call. And we're going till 7 o'clock. Maybe we'll go a little longer if more calls are coming in. But just rest assured, we are here Monday through Friday. For really till daylight savings time, and during the winter, for the until spring, basically this time slot, 6 o'clock Monday through Friday, and then we might miss a day or so, but just remember we're going to be consistently coming back to you as a service, a public service, to draw your dreams. Now you can also draw your dreams yourself. By the way, hopefully you might be encouraged to do so. Hopefully we are encouraging you to even remember your dreams. That's always a possibility. I haven't really been remembering my dreams as much as I thought I would have with this project that we sort of self-started. But I have had some dreams. And I do know I am dreaming. I'm just not really remembering them as well as I could. But I kind of care not to, in a weird way too. It's just weird. You don't have to remember your dreams. And with that in mind, don't hit yourself over the head the fact that you can't remember your dreams. If that's the case, then don't sweat it. And of course, if you're fortunate enough to remember your dreams, good or bad, or just like WTF, like you don't even know what's that all about, well, write them down and give us a call at 818-528-4516, and we can talk about them. I will post these up on my Instagram, and that's at Let's Paint TV. At Let's Paint TV. After the show. Got some weird sliver thing in my palm of my hand, you know? Like it's the teeniest thing. I'm like, what the hell is it? It's not a cactus. It's just some weird teeny thing, and you get that once in a while, and you don't know what it is. But it's next to impossible to get it out. And it's just going to be there. It's going to bother me for the rest of my life. I know it. Probably not. There'll be some other things to bother me, which there are already. I've already have some other issues just pop up. I've already forgotten about that thorn in my palm, as if I'm almost like that lion. I feel like a lion, you know. Can't get rid of that thorn in my paw. But you could if you looked at my hand, you wouldn't even know it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's so minuscule. I don't even know if you can even see where it even could be at. Maybe you could. It is just a tad bit off color there. I think you can kind of see that. I wonder what that could be. Where did it come from? What is it? What could it be? I don't know. Okay, let's get this next caller come in. Hello, caller. Who's this?
Hi, John. My name is Mai. It's M-A-I. And I had a dream I'd like to share.
Yes.
And it's a pretty long one.
Okay.
But
M-A... How do you spell that?
M-A-I.
Oh, M-A-I. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Okay, so before I moved to Seattle, I had never visited, and I had this dream that I was in this parking garage.
Yeah.
And I was just walking through it, and I could hear music in the level above me.
All right.
And all of a sudden, the music, as I was kind of heading toward it, it was getting louder, and it's like it was coming down, and all of a sudden there was this cloud of like a bluish silver, kind of a sparkling energy that was where the music was coming from. And as I walked toward it and it was coming toward me, it somehow floated upward, and it was above me, and it went into my body, just down through my head, and it just poured down through my whole body. And as it poured down, as it got all the way down to like the bottom of my spine, I just collapsed to my knees. And all of a sudden, this red gold sparkling light just went shooting up from the bottom of where my spine, like the bottom of my spine, and it just like shot up like a fountain. And I was watching it, just surrounded by it. And I was
Where did it come out? How was it shooting out? Just
it came from the bottom of my spine, like around my hips.
oh,
And
okay.
it just like shot up. And I was watching it, and it just went straight up. And all of a sudden, my vision went black, and I was outside of my body, looking at myself collapsed on the floor. And then the next thing I know, I'm back in my body, and I'm being carried by some invisible force, and I'm still in the parking garage.
Yeah.
And I still can't see what's carrying me. And then the next thing I know, I'm put into this car, and I remember that the car was this like long, sleek, black, I don't know, just really like a sports car.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, I'm in this car, and we're just speeding out of the parking garage. And we leave, or I say we, meaning because it felt like I wasn't alone, but at the same time I wasn't sure if it was me driving or somebody else. But we're driving up this highway through Washington, and there's just all these flowers, like all these wildflowers on both sides of the highway, and it was just beautiful. And then we go driving back into the parking garage, speeding again.
Yeah.
And at one point, when the car's finally parked, I get out, and I still am confused, and I'm walking by myself as far as I know, and then I look over to my left, and about 2 feet away from me is this musician that has passed away. And he used to be the lead singer of Alice in Chains.
Okay.
And so he's walking beside me, and he's dressed all in black, and he's got his black sunglasses on, black boots. And I was just like, is that really him? Huh. Because I didn't believe it. And then this woman starts walking toward us, and I asked her, is there somebody there to my left? And she says, yeah, there is. And she walked past us. And so I'm walking with him now, and we're having this sort of like a telepathic conversation.
Yeah.
And I don't remember anything that was said. But he's walking me through the parking garage still, and finally we get to this staircase, and he tells me that it's time for him to leave now. And so I sort of looked away because I had this feeling like he was just going to disappear.
Yeah.
And then, I hugged him, but anyway, when I looked away and I looked back, he was just this little blue orb of light.
Oh.
And I said, I guess this is goodbye. And he said, no, I don't want to be away from you. And so I started walking off to leave the parking garage. And there was this woman that was sitting in this, I don't know, like a little office. And she was giving me this dirty look.
Yeah.
I think for the speeding.
Uh-huh.
But, and I just walked past her, and I remember actually she had this piece of paper that she handed me, and I guess it was some sort of like a citation or something,
Oh, okay.
But it was blurred out, and it was no good. And then I just walked off, and that was it.
Gotcha. Wow. That's you remember all that. That's great. That's lots of that's your class. That's a great that's like what a real dream is all about. It's just multi-dimensional, basically. And endless things are happening, and they don't necessarily going to make connections, but I'm making connections, with you were saying, the music, the music, and then this guy showed up, a musician, and then he turns into the music, as he disappears.
Oh, wow, I never thought of it that way.
Well, that's what I'm seeing.
That makes perfect sense, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a thought.
No, I like that.
And, so you're laying, so the music is something that's real important to you, and you get in the car and you go off and you're traveling and everything's beautiful, in this you had a good time. Yeah, I think you might have actually, in your dream it was real, so in a sense this really did happen in a way.
Wow.
In the because it was,
yeah, I like to think so.
Yeah, it was a dream, obviously, so, but how else are you going to conversate with this guy anyway? Because he's already passed away anyway.
Yeah.
So
it was very unexpected. It was just, yeah.
So
I always wondered if this dream meant anything.
Well,
probably the most.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it means is that music is what I think is part of your, really big part of your life, and it makes you happy is what I'm seeing. And the fact that the lady gives you maybe a citation for speeding, that's just regular life crap, that's reality. That's just reality coming in,
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's just
kind of looked like someone that I used to work for.
Okay.
That's kind of funny. But that's I really like that. The interpretation, well, not interpretation.
Well, it's kind of an interpretation.
I really like your perspective.
Yeah. Well, it's more. I mean, it is sort of an interpretation, obviously. I mean, it seems, from what you told me, that's what I'm seeing. I mean, I think clearly the fact that he disappears and goes back into a blue orb is connected to the music thing, and the fact that the music was, permeated your body, That's just that's just telling you that's an important, that makes you happy. The music makes you happy. That's maybe you go days where you don't hear any music or you don't hear enough, and you probably don't realize, but you're probably not terribly happy,
Oh, I agree. I think music is very important. I think it is far more inspiring than a lot of people realize. Like, it sort of frames our lives, or at least for most of us. I think that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think I find that just making art is also in that same, is connected. Whereas I don't have as much of a connection to the music, or at least I don't think I do, but I really do, because you hear music just in daily interactions, because the helicopter's flying by, and just dogs barking, there's music in that, and so for me, that's probably the music that I'm hearing. As much as just listening to music that is put forth as such,
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. Kind of music and life, and you're picking up on that.
Well, and you are too in your dream. Well, thanks so much for your beautiful dream. I think it's a beautiful dream.
Thank you, John. I really appreciate you drawing it.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful dream, and I think it's another lovely. I think it came out nice. The painting.
It's beautiful. Yes, it looks a lot like my dream. Yeah, well, thank you so much, John.
Right. Thank you. Sweet dreams.
Right. Take care.
Okay.
Sweet dreams.
Bye. Okay, the line is open for to draw your dreams. At 818-528-4516. Yeah, she had a really, she was able to remember many parts of the dream, which is, she's in tune to her dreams, and I'm sure she's probably, well, maybe not, but she's probably has more of those dreams, or other types of dreams. Maybe one doesn't remember any more dreams than just a dream such as that, because it's so, maybe it is vivid enough for you to want to remember it. And whereas I think we might not want to, not make an effort to remember dreams when they seem to be more disjointed, and you're not even wanting to make any connection with them, and it was just not either it wasn't beautiful enough or scary enough for you to remember. If it was in the middle somewhere, then you probably go, oh, that's just disjointed, response to what's happening in your regular life. Ultimately, that's what it is anyway, but it's more humdrum. When it's the more humdrum dreams, yeah, we're not going to probably want to remember them as much. So, I would imagine. Yeah, I dreamt that I made some coffee and I drank it, and then I watched TV. I don't think I guess we could have those kind of dreams, and I think we do actually to some degree, but I think we probably make an effort to forget about those just as quickly, because they're just not. They're not worth telling anyone, really. They're not that special, I guess. Now, can you keep dreaming constantly every night and every day, where you just have endless crazy dreams? I don't even know if that might not even be healthy, frankly, to have dreams constantly, endlessly, and though maybe it is. I'm no expert, by the way, on dreams. I am just I believe that what you call me is a lay person. Is that right? Someone who is just curious. I am, and obviously my own experience of dreams. That's all I'm bringing forth. No research on my end. And any research I do know is secondhand information. But there is a lot to be a lot written about dreams. Okay, about another 15 minutes or so. Wow, yeah, there's some good dreams here. This is another potentially paintable dream, I'd say. I think it's easier to kind of feel out a potential painting when you're using the pastels, I think. More so than drawing. I'm more of a... I think I like colors, and more so than just sort of black and white line work, It doesn't talk about being inspired, For me, the color, I get inspired by seeing color bounce off each other. It does something more for me as opposed to just, black and white forever and ever and ever. I know that some of you, or people, not some of you because you're watching this, but live, if you're watching me live right now. But there is also the Democratic debate that's going on right now. And so maybe you're watching that, or people are watching that. I'll watch some of it. I'll just watch the last of it, and then I always thing about watching stuff, you can always just watch the sort of some kind of this recap kind of aspect. But there is something special. There really is something special about watching stuff live at the moment, just like watching this live. And of course, you can call in because it is live. But there, it's just like watching you watch a football game. Now, I don't know who watches football. Probably not many watching this program, but or sports. But maybe one or two of you do. And what's neat about watching something that is live is it's just kind of, there's some kind of unique, special thing where you're in the moment potentially when something happens. I like that. I think I like that part about sports. And to watch like, say, a sporting event already been played doesn't have the same, does not work, And yeah, I know some people it's not an issue or it's just different, So yeah, watching stuff live is great. That's why people like to see theater or stand-up comedy stuff live. You're seeing it live. Though there are some good stand-up comedy specials that could be pretty good. One of my favorite, as I recall as a kid, was watching a Richard Pryor special. And that just, I really enjoyed that, as a kid. Maybe because I was a kid, like 12, 13 years old, watching Richard Pryor, cussing and, doing all that stuff that he does or that he did. All right, about 10 more minutes left here. This is for you guys. We're not necessarily consumed with any kind of song and dance. We're really focusing on your dreams. So you just call and tell us your dreams. Hello, caller. Who's this?
Hey, this is Steve.
Steve. What's going on,
Yes,
Steve?
sir. All right, I got a dream for you.
All right, Steve.
I'm sort of trying to piece it together here myself a little bit, but yeah, it's a hockey dream.
Okay.
So I'm like on the hockey court, and I don't think I've ever played hockey. And I recall, so I'm me and some other team. I don't know why I'm there doing this, but the other team is just letting me score over and over out of some sort of cockiness.
Oh, really? That's not cockiness, is it?
No, they're like literally the goalie is not even trying. He's saying, go ahead and get all these goals because our team's gonna come back. And I remember them saying, oh yeah, in the preliminary, this is like some sort of final, but in some sort of preliminary game, they beat us. It was like 63-2.
I see. I see. So they're just giving you a head start because they're gonna come back and beat you big time.
Yeah, and it was it's a huge hockey stadium, and there's where we are, and it's almost like in a mall or something.
Okay, a mall.
Yeah, because in another part of the dream, I went to the movies.
Okay.
And in the same sort of area.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have much more except that I'm just remembering myself shooting hockey, skating around.
Yeah.
And it's just not something I would ever
right.
normally do. So it was an interesting really interesting dream.
But are you around hockey or anything like that? Is that where you?
Never. No.
You're not by where anyone ever plays hockey or nothing like that.
No. In fact, our town's like ice rink closed down.
Okay. So you're not
I mean, maybe I was thinking about, it'd be nice if that place was still open. I think I only went there once.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the picture's looking good. Yeah. He's look at that smug goalie there.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, whatever. You have one of
There's
those
already
masks
pucks
on?
up in there.
Do you have a mask on and stuff?
I guess he would have had your standard goalie mask.
Yeah, I never played hockey either, though. I did for like about 2 days, played street hockey, you know, where you just run around on the street.
Yeah.
And because this was in 1980. And I was like so many other kids that were so excited because USA beat Russia in hockey. You know,
Oh, okay.
in the
Yeah.
Olympics.
The miracle.
Yeah, so we were all jacked up as kids, and so we all got like little hockey sticks and played hockey.
I have played street hockey a few times.
Yeah, I was actually kind of good at it. Actually, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good at this. Yeah, I scored a couple of goals.
Yeah. I could see you doing that. Yeah. The one I was playing soccer. This is a random memory. I was playing soccer with a basketball on a street hockey court, and I sprained my ankle.
Oh, nice.
Just stepping the wrong way.
Yeah. The ankle play.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. I find that I do that a bit. I'm always spraining my ankle. I'll sprain my ankle just walking down the street. I sprain my ankle. Oh shit! I just sprained my ankle.
Yeah, it can be. They said that I sprained it as bad as you can without breaking it.
Yeah, they always say that. I think they just tell everyone that. They just want to make you feel. They want to make you feel good, like you're some superhero. Like you know, because you know it did hurt and all that. But
I'm liking this the sort of the flat pastel on the paper there. It's got that good ice kind of effect.
Yeah.
Going on.
Yeah. These are fun to work with, really, because you can kind of work out some ideas with this and just kind of hack away and not worry about if it's anything's good or not. You just kind of sneak it up, you know.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah, for sure. Cool.
So that was your dream.
I mean, not to at least the part that I'm remembering that so vividly.
Yeah.
There wasn't really all that much to it, except I'm playing hockey.
No, but you got the gist of it, which was, but you picked up that they were just letting you score.
Yeah.
You were aware of that, which is.
I definitely thought. Well, I think that the guy actually told me. The goalie actually said it to me.
Right.
But I remember thinking, because I remember thinking, what? We must have already won. There's no way they'll come, because I was scoring over and over again.
Yeah.
So I remember thinking, yeah, we got it. I remember feeling pretty confident in my hockey game.
Well, I think that's just telling you that you can, regardless if people are giving you a free pass, you know, that you can still step up and score the goals.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Even though.
I like these colors.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't really have much else to say.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's super great getting the dream realized in this half of reality.
Exactly.
There's something cool about this. So I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
You got it, Steve. Sweet dreams, buddy.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
All right. There goes Steve. Steve's dream. We got time for one more dream, guys. One more dream.
soft pastels. These are oil pastels. And they are kind of soft, I guess. But they're not chalk. These aren't chalk pastels, if you want to know, if you're trying to think that might be what I'm using. No, these are oil pastels. And I find when I got into years ago using pastels, I think initially I did use oil pastels, and then I went into chalk. And I think people that get really deep into their pastels, particularly in terms of painting purposes, tend to go with the chalk pastels. You rarely find people using the oil pastels for anything more than sort of brutalist architecture. No, but it's just sort of it's a lot more messier, less controllable in a way. Whereas the chalk pastels, you can actually fine tune something pretty. You can usually layer on top of it. You can get deeper and deeper and really get a full-on, sort of painting with the effects using the pastels. Like I said, I've done both, and you end up coming to the conclusion of, well, why don't I just use oil paint? Because that's where I'm about headed there right now. But there's something very what I like about the oil pastels, particularly for this moment in time, is whereas I wouldn't want to even bother with the chalk, I just like how my hands are somewhat clean from the experience. Also, the oil pastels stay on the paper better, whereas the chalk, they go everywhere. The chalk goes everywhere and they get smudged, whereas this doesn't get smudged as much, though I guess it could. Okay, we're at 7 o'clock, guys. We got one more call coming in. Do I hear one more call coming in? Going once. Going twice. Going thrice. Hey, one more call. Here's our last call of the night. Hello, caller. Who's this?
Yeah, hi, it's Matthew in Massachusetts.
Matthew, what's going on, Matthew?
Hey, buddy. Got a quick dream for you.
Okay.
I was hanging out on the sidewalk, like underneath a tree, like near a road, and it was a nice sunny day, and there was a procession of cars, and you could see all individual people in the cars, and they were dressed like in tank tops and things like that, like it was a hot day.
Okay.
And they had their windows open, and for some reason they weren't going anywhere. The cars weren't moving. They were just kind of sitting there. I was kind of just like hanging out on the sidewalk. And then all of a sudden I looked over to my left, and all the people that had just been sitting in the cars were all standing right there next to me, like on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And they were part of like a wedding party, and two of the people were getting married.
Okay.
And the groom had like this blue hair, and it was kind of very, memorable,
So yeah, I was initially thinking it sounded like a funeral procession, but it was a wedding procession of sorts.
Yeah, it was very distinctly this moment of matrimony.
Yeah. Well, seems like a beautiful dream. Do you have a wedding to go to or anything like that, or in the future? Like your nephew getting married or something like that? Or?
No, but I have been going through, I have these 3 external hard drives, and I've been curating like all these photos and videos, like trying to basically get everything, because there's a lot of redundancies, you know, on these 3 drives, and I was trying to get it all like clearly labeled and in files, and so I know where everything is. So I've been looking at a lot of photos. I looked at my old wedding photos from my failed marriage. I looked at friends' weddings that I've been to. You know what I mean? Like, So
the guy in the blue could be you. Well,
maybe
I don't know. But you're not going to get married anytime soon. You have no plans to get married again, then?
No.
It doesn't sound like it. But you could.
No.
You could. You found the right person.
Yeah. Well, you know, I heard about this whole, like, what does Emma Watson say? She's self-partnered or something? She's
I heard something. She said something like...
married to herself, you know?
Yeah.
I think I'm married to myself.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't mean that you can't have relationships with people. Yeah.
Although I do get very jealous sometimes. Yeah, when I see myself getting feelings for someone else, you know. It's like, hey, buddy, come on, you know. We said forever, you know. We were gonna do this forever, you know.
Well, you're a caveman. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
How did you know?
We're all out that. Those are some deep. That's deep primal instincts you got. You're showing. That's all.
Ooga
booga. You know, but most people don't go to the extreme of if you go to the extreme, then you're on. Then you're a Dateline NBC special. You know.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't go there.
Yeah, just let it go. You know, let it. Yeah, obviously you're jealous and upset, but you find another way, find a creative way to let it out, or whatever. Find some way to let it out.
I've got some means. I've got some means.
You have your how about a stress ball? You ever tried those? Those are cool. I like those.
You know what I had? I took a blender ball. You know, like the little ball that's like the shake blender shake. You blend up. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know.
Like when you're doing a protein shake, you put it in this like plastic bottle, and there's like this little metal ball that's inside of it. It's called a blender ball.
No.
So you shake up the thing, and it mixes the powder with the whatever you're putting in there.
Oh, okay. So what do you do with that then?
So I took the little blender ball. It's like this little metal coil. It's almost like a spring, right?
Yeah.
And I was just kind of carrying that around, and, like squeezing it. It has almost no tension to it, but it was almost like a fidget object.
Yeah. Well, there's some kind of interesting thing about that. I gotta say, I came across one the other day, and I ended up squeezing it a bit, and it really, it was also exercise too, so it was good. Well,
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, Matthew, it's a beautiful dream. It really is. It's beautiful.
Thank you very much. And the drawing looks great. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about if it looks great, but it looks okay. I'll take okay. I'll take a no.
I have the windows very minimized, and I took my glasses off. So yeah. I mean, if you kind of blur your vision, it looks great. It looks fucking great.
All right. All right, Matthew. Well, sweet dreams, my friend.
Thank you very much. You too.
All right. Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Well, guys, that's it. That's it for our dreams tonight. Remember, dreams are important. They are your buddies. They are your connection to the other world, whatever that is, or this world, or whatever that is. It's some unknown, and it's a beautiful thing, guys. So keep an eye on your dreams. Make note of them and share them with us and share them with the world. And you can do that every day, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific
to or 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern, 2 UTC. We're here just for an hour, and maybe we go a little longer, but that's basically it. So we'll see you again tomorrow. How about that? Is that a deal? I'll see you. Till tomorrow. Sweet dreams.